Okay, we're going to talk about something very conceptual today. So this idea of layers is the way I think in my life, and it's developed over a period of time. And right now, in this room, there's tons of physical layers. So we have this high ceiling up here and this angled soffit, and then the lower ceiling, and then the surface of the table and the floor, and then the jungle and the glass and the space and the seating and the table and so on. And so physical layers are all around us all the time, both built and natural. There's layers in the lighting in this space right now. I've got this frickin' light in my face right now. Got the downlights from above. We've got the natural light coming in from outside and the light from the screens and the shadows that it creates. So a whole series of light layers. And we have audio layers. It's me talking and a little bit of echo in the room and people shuffling their feet a little bit. So there's all kinds of layers. And there's all kinds of layers of thought and emotion in here right now from each of us. You know, you're either thinking about what the next thing is or trying to listen to me maybe, or worrying about something at home. And, you know, we all have different series of emotional, mental, intellectual layers going on. And so it's kind of the idea, the concept that I put into what I'm going to talk about. And so I'll start with the art. I'm an artist. If you know me, I'm an architect, artist, CEO, chairman. And the art that I do is very abstract and very architectural, and it has all to do with studying this idea of layers. And so this piece is a series of pieces of metal that interact. And as you can see, the frames are also layered, and the piece itself transcends the frame. So the art transcends the frame. That's a kind of an idea, a concept that I like to carry forward into all of my work. And you can see the orderliness of it and also the chaos within it at the same time that create layers. This piece is one of a series that I'm based on my studio floor. If you went into my studio right now, it kind of looks like this on the floor. And so it's just a whole series of both random and purposeful color and layers of that idea that transcend it. Okay, what does that have to do with anything? Okay. So I wrote a book because my daughter encouraged me to write a book. I was never planning to write a book about leadership and how we built our Southern California architectural firm into an international design institution. And so over time, I like to incorporate these ideas that I'm talking about in a very conceptual way and take inspirations from people, from business books, metaphors, anything that inspires me, and try to figure out how to incorporate that into a concept that helps our business grow and dominate our industry, which is what we've done. And so these are sort of how the chapters are laid out in the book. And I'm going to go through just a few examples of the different influences in the book that helped us build our company. And, the design industry and the architectural industry has existed for thousands and thousands of years. It's not a new business. It's not a new type of business. So for a company to build and grow to this scale, which was 40, 50x in the time we took over the firm, is unusual. And so these concepts helped us make our way. So one of the biggest influences in my life and in the way I think and the way I think about layers is Leonardo da Vinci. We talked about curiosity earlier, and he was the most curious person probably that ever lived, and as far as I'm concerned, the greatest genius that ever lived. He was a proponent of whole brain thinking, of not just embracing all of your strengths, but building on every aspect of learning all the time, continuous learning till the day he died. When he for a person in the Renaissance, he lived a long time. He was in his, I think, late 80s when he finally passed away in France. And he was bummed and he was disappointed in himself that he didn't accomplish enough in his life, if you can imagine that. Leonardo da Vinci. So he was a great artist, but he was also an amazing business development person. He was in amazing shape. He kept himself healthy, ate right, worked out, was a great engineer. He understood how to build canals and knew weaponry for war and architecture. And so he was multifaceted, and he really exemplified sort of whole brain thinking, which I love. And so I've tried to exemplify this in my life and in building our company. So here's a cool little something everyone understands is the Roadrunner and the Coyote. We turned it into a metaphor for building our company. And by the way, I'm going to talk about a lot of different stuff that doesn't seem like it relates to each other. But what we've done is synthesized all this different input and figured out how to apply it to build our company in a very creative way. So the Roadrunner and the Coyote in our company represents business development, building your company, and operations. So the Coyote can never catch the Roadrunner. The Roadrunner is business development. The Coyote is operations. The Roadrunner can never get too far ahead of the Coyote. Coyote falls on his face and gets smashed. The wheels fall off our company and we're not servicing our clients right. So it's been a concept that business developers are out in front and the operations guys have to keep up and perform at all times. The visible light spectrum. Here's a concept from your high school physics class. We were a firm that it was not diversified when we took it over. Like I said, we were a Southern California architectural firm. We specialized in industrial and office buildings for commercial developers. So when the economy took a downturn, the first thing that stops is speculative building. And so it really affected and hurt our company. So we set out to diversify our company for the future to help protect us from those shocks. But how are we going to do it? And so we came up with this metaphor using the visible light spectrum to decide, okay, well, what's within our visible light spectrum? We're awesome. We're great at commercial real estate. Our reason for existing is we're leading design for commercial real estate. That's like 5 words, Doug.
You're good, Larry.
Okay. But what else can we do besides speculative industrial and office buildings? Well, okay, we diversified into healthcare, science and technology, advanced manufacturing, interiors, retail. And these were all colors in our commercial real estate visible light spectrum. We could work for the Fortune 500 in all their office, industrial, retail space, and have diversified clients beyond the commercial development industry. The Fortune 500 is much more stable in terms of when they do work and when they don't do work. They're always doing work. But we're not going to do custom homes. Okay, I can't see it. We're not going to go work on military bases or build stadiums. I can't see that. It's outside the visible light spectrum. So this was sort of a lesson and a metaphor we used to how to diversify our company but within stuff we could be great at and stuff we could lead and dominate. It's a way to stay focused. Okay, here's another one. I'm very influenced by Vince Lombardi. Everybody knows who Vince Lombardi is. He wrote the Lombardi Credo, which I love. But the basis of it is, and I think for all of us, it's great. First of all, he built a great team, and he didn't really have any superstars. It was about building the team to succeed and motivating the team to succeed for a common mission. And his philosophy was, whoever you are, wherever you're born in your life, and whatever, and Beta exemplifies this in big time. It's your responsibility every day to do your best, improve your position, and see what you can accomplish. So I was given the incredible opportunity to buy our company back in the early 90s and take it over and run it. So I was CEO of our company for 28 years. So, talk about gratitude. My mission really was to build our company to give as many people as possible a great experience and a great opportunity to build their careers. And so that is really what drove our growth, that opportunity in empowering people and helping them to reach their potential. Okay, Blue Ocean Strategy. I've got a bunch of business books that I refer to in my book that have influenced the way we've grown our company. And there's several of them. And when you read a business book, there's a lot of great ideas. The trick is, how do you take a concept that you're inspired by and adapt it to your company so that you can actually get use out of it, grow, make it make sense for you? This one really resonated. If you know Blue Ocean Strategy, it's about creating uncontested market space, doing things that your competition can't do, making the competition irrelevant. And this book has a lot of great examples of how that was done by different companies, and not swimming in a red commoditized ocean. None of us wants to do that. And so this was a great influence and a great example. I've also got, several books and other books listed in my book that were influencing. Good to Great is probably another really good one that influenced a lot. So you see how these inputs come from a lot of different seemingly weird places, but we synthesized all of this together to form strategies for our company. And so it's all in here. And I don't know if I have any more slides, but anyway, so I wrote this book because my daughter wanted me to write it. It's got all these things and a lot more stuff in it. And I've got a little book plate in front of each of you. And so if this is of interest to anyone and you want to pre-order it, I'd be happy to sign one of those for you. And when you get the book, you can stick it inside. And now, time for more fun. You have in front of you a canvas. This is time for you all we're going to put down some layers on this canvas. First thing I want you to do is, before you turn it over, I want you to put your name on the back of it. So later Caroline knows who's who. Because we're going to have to leave them overnight to dry. And then you can take them home. And then I'm going to paint too. Okay, everybody ready? Okay, first thing I want you to do is take one of your colors and put some in the paint dish. Just one. All right, take your brush. I want you to put down some strokes that represent order. Any brush. any brush you want. Put down some strokes that to you represent orderliness, precision, that sort of thing. Okay? We'll take a couple minutes and do that. Looks pretty cool. A lot of different solutions. Okay, when you're ready, open up a second bottle. And in this time, we're not going to pour it in the dish. Think of disorder. Think of chaos. Think of things that are not in control or that are natural. And then I want you to squirt it on your canvas, representing how you feel about that. Use up paint really fast when you're squirting. How you doing? Looks amazing. Okay, number 3, open up your third one. Once again, you're going to squirt the paint on your canvas, but it's something in between the first two, however you interpret that. All right, so think of that as a conceptual idea to help with the idea of this layers. And so how do you interpret all the layers in your life? What inspires you, and what can you synthesize with other input to come up with your unique solution to build your company into a dominant force? That's what we did. There's mine. Thanks.